She's 38 years old and still works the fryer at McDonald's, my brother-in-law Derek announced to the entire Thanksgiving table, pointing at me with his wine glass. I mean, at what point do you just admit you've failed at life? The phone buzzing in my apron pocket wasn't a text from a coworker, it was McDonald's corporate headquarters calling about my franchise empire that had just broken national records. The annual Williams family Thanksgiving was being held at my sister Patricia's new McMansion in Arlington Heights, complete with the cathedral ceilings and marble counters that Derek never let anyone forget he'd paid for. I'd come straight from work, still wearing my McDonald's uniform because I'd been covering a shift for an employee whose kid was sick. The red polo shirt and black slacks had become Derek's favorite target over the past 5 years. "Derek, please," my sister said weakly, but she didn't really defend me. She never did anymore. Not since she'd married Mr. Cryptocurrency Day Trader and moved into the house that Bitcoin built. "What? I'm just being honest," Derek continued, refilling his glass with wine that cost more than most people's car payments. "Look at her. Almost 40, no husband, no kids, no real career. Just McDonald's." "I like my job," I said quietly, passing the green bean casserole to my nephew Tyler. "That's the problem." Derek laughed. "You like working minimum wage? You like asking people if they want fries with that? Jesus, Maria, have some ambition." My mother shifted uncomfortably in her seat. "Maria's always been a hard worker. Hard work without advancement is just spinning your wheels," Derek interrupted. "I've tried to explain this to her." Patricia's tried. "At some point, you have to accept that some people peak at assistant manager." "Shift manager," I corrected, though I knew it wouldn't matter. "Even worse," he shook his head. "You know what I made last month? Just last month?" "Derek," Patricia tried again. 87,000. From home. In my pajamas. Trading crypto and stocks. "That's more than Maria makes in 2 years of Greece and minimum wage." "Good for you," I said, meaning it. Derek's success didn't diminish me, despite what he seemed to think. "No, not good for me. Good for us. For Patricia. For Tyler and Emma. We're building something here. Wealth. Legacy." "What are you building, Maria? A grease stain collection?" Tyler, their 16-year-old, laughed. Emma, 13, at least had the grace to look uncomfortable. "You know what the really pathetic part is?" Derek was on a roll now, playing to his audience of in-laws. "She actually seems proud of it. Posts pictures on Facebook in her uniform like it's something to celebrate." "I am proud of it," I said simply. "Proud of mediocrity. That's the participation trophy generation for you." My phone buzzed again. Then again. I glanced at it quickly, 3 missed calls from corporate, 2 from my regional manager, and a text that just said, "Urgent, call ASAP." "Oh, let me guess," Derek noticed my phone check. "Manager needs you to cover another shift? Someone didn't show up to flip burgers?" "Something like that," I murmured. "This is exactly what I mean. You're on call for a fast food job. On Thanksgiving. And you'll probably go, won't you? Because you're dependable. Reliable. All the qualities that keep people stuck in dead-end jobs forever." "Being reliable is a bad thing now?" my father asked, speaking up for the first time. "It is when it keeps you from advancing. Maria's been at McDonald's for what, 15 years? 18, I corrected. 18 years. He slapped the table. 18 years and you're still in the same uniform, doing the same job. "Do you know where I was 18 years ago? Community college. Now I own this house, drive a Tesla, and my portfolio could buy your entire restaurant." "McDonald's franchises are actually quite expensive," I said mildly. "Sure, for the owner. The actual owner. Not the worker bee who thinks assistant manager is an achievement." "Shift manager," I said again, though the distinction was irrelevant to the conversation. "Maria's been offered other jobs," my mother said defensively. "She chooses to stay at McDonald's. Because she's scared," Derek diagnosed. "Scared of failure. Scared of the real world. It's easier to hide in a job meant for teenagers than risk trying something that matters." My phone rang audibly this time. The caller ID showed McDonald's corporate office. "Go ahead," Derek waved magnanimously. "Answer it. Wouldn't want you to miss the opportunity to work on Thanksgiving. Maybe they'll let you clean the ice cream machine for overtime pay." I stepped into Patricia's pristine kitchen to take the call. Finally. It was Jennifer Harrison, VP of Operations. "We've been trying to reach you all day. Sorry, I'm at family dinner." "What's wrong?" "Wrong? Nothing's wrong. Everything's incredible. Your region just posted the highest quarterly profits in McDonald's franchise history. All 47 of your locations exceeded targets by an average of 23%. "That's great news," I said, watching through the doorway as Derek continued his monologue about ambition and success. "Great? It's unprecedented. The CEO wants to present you with the Golden Arches Award at the national conference." Maria, do you understand what this means? Your management model is going to be studied at Hamburger University. They want to roll it out nationwide. Maria, I appreciate the recognition. Appreciation? Maria, there's more. The board approved your expansion proposal. They're fast-tracking 50 more locations under your umbrella. You'll be running nearly 100 franchises by next year. That's wonderful, Jennifer. Can we discuss the details Monday? Of course. Enjoy your holiday. And Maria? Congratulations. What you've built is extraordinary. I hung up and returned to the dining room where Derek was mid-lecture about cryptocurrency being the future and traditional jobs being for dinosaurs. Let me guess, he said as I sat down, emergency at the fry station? Something like that. See, this is what I mean. You're at the beck and call of a corporation that sees you as just another uniform. Replaceable. Insignificant. Actually, I said, finally reaching my limit, they see me as rather significant. Oh please? What are you, employee of the month? Tyler snorted. I'm the owner, Tyler. I own 47 McDonald's franchises across 3 states. The silence was absolute. Derek's wine glass stopped halfway to his mouth. Patricia's fork clattered onto her plate. Even my parents looked shocked. That's impossible, Derek said finally. Franchise owners don't work the fryer. This one does. How else would I know if my systems work? How else would I understand what my employees deal with? How else would I ensure every location maintains the standards that made us #1 in the nation? #1 in. Patricia couldn't finish. Profit. Customer satisfaction. Employee retention. My management model is being adopted company-wide next year. But you wear the uniform, Tyler said, confused. You post pictures of yourself mopping. Because I do mop. I do work the fryer. I cover shifts when people need help. I lead by example, not from an ivory tower. 47 locations, my father said slowly. Maria, that's a significant investment. Yes. Each franchise costs between $1 and $2 million to open. I've been reinvesting profits for 15 years. Derek's face had gone from red to white. You're worth, on paper? With real estate and equipment? About $120 million. Million, Patricia whispered. But you live in that tiny apartment, my mother said faintly. I live simply. The money goes back into the business or to my employees. Did you know we pay $5 above minimum wage at all my locations? Full benefits, college tuition assistance, profit sharing? That's impossible, Derek insisted. The profit margins are excellent when you treat employees well. Low turnover, high productivity, genuine customer service. It's not rocket science. It's just respect. My phone buzzed with another text. This time from my regional manager, local news wants to cover your award. Should I schedule? You've been lying to us, Patricia accused. All these years. Ivy Nivalit. You never asked. You assumed because I wore the uniform, I was just an employee. Because I worked holidays, I must be desperate. Because I chose McDonald's, I'd failed. This is about Derek, she said coldly. You've been setting him up? By letting him mock me for 5 years? By sitting quietly while he explained my failures? By serving him dessert while he called me pathetic? I laughed. Patricia, I don't think about Derek enough to set him up. He set himself up by judging worth by appearances. Your crypto portfolio, Tyler asked his father quietly, is it really worth more than mom's sister's business? Derek didn't answer, which was answer enough. The Tesla, I continued conversationally, is it paid off? Or is it least like the BMW before it? And the house, I noticed the mortgage company letters in the mail pile. How dare you? I dare because you've spent 5 years diagnosing my failures without knowing a single truth about my life. Because you've taught your children to mock honest work. Because you measure success by flash rather than substance. You're a McDonald's manager, Derek said weakly, clinging to his narrative. I'm a shift manager when I cover shifts. I'm also CEO of MLW Enterprises, which owns 47 franchises. I'm an employer to over 1,500 people. I'm a business owner who chose to understand her business from the ground up. The Facebook photos, Patricia said, in your uniform, are honest. That's who I am on Tuesdays when I cover for someone. On Wednesdays, I might be reviewing P&L statements. Thursdays, meeting with corporate. But yes, sometimes I'm the woman in the uniform asking if you want fries with that. All of it is me. I don't understand, my mother said. Why hide this? Did I hide it? Or did you all just never ask? When was the last time any of you asked about my work beyond making jokes? Silence answered me. Maria's got a point, my father said slowly. We made assumptions. Based on her appearance. Derek rallied. She shows up in a McDonald's uniform, to Thanksgiving dinner from work, I interrupted. Where I was covering for Rosa, whose son has pneumonia. Because that's what good employers do, they help when help is needed. But the money? What about it? Should I flash it like you do? Lease cars I can't afford? Buy houses that stress my finances? Brag about trades that probably lost more than they made? Derek's face went purple. My trades. Lost 40% last quarter. I know, because you use the same investment app one do, and you're not as private as you think. You've been spying? I've been succeeding. Quietly. Without needing to diminish others to feel valuable. My phone rang again. This time I put it on speaker. Maria? Jim McDonald here. The table froze. Even Tyler knew that name, the CEO of McDonald's Corporation. Hi Jim. I'm actually at dinner with my family. I'll be quick. Just wanted to personally congratulate you on the quarterly numbers. What you've achieved is remarkable. The boards approved your expansion to 100 locations. We need more operators like you. Thank you, Jim. That means a lot. No, thank you. Your commitment to being in the stores, working alongside employees, it shows. Keep doing what you're doing. Oh, and Maria? Enjoy your family dinner. You've earned it. The call ended to absolute silence. The CEO of McDonald's, Patricia said faintly, knows you personally. We've worked together on several initiatives. He values my approach to hands-on management. Hands-on, Derek repeated. You mean actually working? Imagine that. A CEO who understands their business because they actually do the work. Revolutionary concept, I know. This changes everything, Patricia said, already recalculating our relationship based on my net worth. Does it? I'm still the same person you've mocked for 5 years. Still wearing the same uniform you found embarrassing. Still working the same job you called pathetic. But you're rich, Tyler said, as if that explained everything. I've been rich for a decade. You just noticed because someone with a title confirmed it. That says more about you than me. You could have told us, my mother said quietly. I could have. But would you have heard it from me the way you heard it from Jim McDonald? Or would you have dismissed it as delusion, the way Derek dismisses everything that doesn't fit his narrative? That's not fair, Derek protested. Isn't it? 5 minutes ago, you were explaining my failure. Now you're processing my success. But I'm the same person. Same uniform. Same values. Same work ethic you mocked. Why? Patricia asked. Why let me, treat you this way? Because I wanted to know who you really were. Whether you could love and respect me without knowing about the money. Whether you could see value in honest work. Whether you could teach your children that worth isn't measured in dollars. And we failed, my father said quietly. You revealed yourselves. There's a difference. So what now? Patricia asked. You've made your point. Humiliated Derek. Shown us all up. Happy? I'm not happy or unhappy. I'm just done. Done pretending your approval matters. Done sitting quietly while you mistake visibility for value. Done letting Derek's insecurity masquerade as wisdom. Insecurity? Derek sputtered. What else would you call needing to diminish others to feel successful? I've never once bragged about my business. Never once compared bank accounts. Never once suggested you were failing because you day trade in pajamas. But you? You've spent every family dinner listing my failures. That's insecurity, Derek. That fear that someone might notice the Tesla is leased and the house is over-leveraged and the crypto portfolio is hemorrhaging value you don't know. I know Rosa, whose shift I covered today, sends half her paycheck to her mother in Guatemala. I know Marcus, my night manager, is finishing his engineering degree on the tuition assistance program. I know that every single one of my 1,500 employees has a story, a dream, a life that matters. Do you know anything about anyone beyond their bank balance? This is different, Patricia insisted. Your family. Who you've treated worse than strangers. At least with strangers, you pretend politeness. Maria, my mother intervened, surely we can move past this. Start fresh now that we understand. Understand what? That I'm worth respecting because I have money? That's exactly the lesson I didn't want to teach. Respect shouldn't require a net worth statement. So you'll punish us forever? Derek asked bitterly. I'll continue living my life exactly as I have. Working shifts when needed. Wearing my uniform proudly. Building my business quietly. You're free to respect or mock me as you choose. But now you do it knowing the truth, that the person you deemed a failure owns more McDonald's locations than exist in some entire states. It's not fair, Tyler said suddenly. You tricked us. Did I? Or did I simply exist while you made assumptions? I never hid anything. I just didn't announce it the way your father announces every crypto win and hides every loss. That's enough. Derek stood. We're leaving. Derek, Patricia protested. No. I won't sit here and be lectured by someone who spent years deceiving us. Sitting quietly while you mock me isn't deception. It's patience. But yes, please leave. In your leased Tesla, to your over-leveraged house, with your underwater portfolio. But remember as you go that the burger flipper you mocked could buy your entire life with a month's profit. You're cruel, Patricia said, gathering their things. I'm honest. Something this family struggles with. We prefer comfortable lies to uncomfortable truths. They left in a flurry of injured pride and muttered accusations. My parents sat quietly, processing the evening's revelations. Maria, my father said finally, I'm sorry. We should have seen you. Really seen you. You saw what you expected to see. What Derek told you to see. That's human nature. The CEO of McDonald's knows your name, my mother marveled. Lots of people know my name. Rosa knows it. Marcus knows it. The 1,000+ employees who have my personal cell number for emergencies know it. Fame isn't about titles, it's about impact. What happens now? My mother asked. With Patricia, with family dinners, nothing changes for me. I'll still work my shifts, wear my uniform, post my photos. If Patricia wants a relationship, she knows where to find me, behind the counter, serving customers, building an empire one burger at a time. And Derek? Derek will either learn that success isn't about showing off, or he'll lose everything trying to maintain appearances. Either way, it's not my concern. My phone buzzed with another message from corporate, media requests pouring in about your story. How should we respond? I typed back, no media. The work speaks for itself. Because that was the truth Derek never understood. Real success doesn't need announcements. It shows up in the lives you change, the opportunities you create, the dignity you preserve in every interaction. I helped my parents pack up leftovers in Patricia's expensive kitchen, then drove them home in my 10-year-old Honda Civic, the car Derek mocked but which had driven me to every one of my 47 locations, reliable and unpretentious. Tomorrow, I'd be back at work. Maybe corporate meetings, maybe covering a shift, maybe both. The uniform would be the same. The work would be the same. The only difference would be that my family now knew what Derek should have realized years ago. The person serving your fries might just own the restaurant. And judging them for their uniform might just be the most expensive mistake you ever make.